just, you know, I always have, my dream, my and to uh, hopefully want to escape from hectic pace of city life to in search of tranquil place such as my house. Do who do you live with? Um, now I'm a freshman at the university, so I have to go away from my hometown to study in Hanoi. And in there I have a rent house. It's quite small and inconvenient. I have to share it with my roommate. So there are two-person in the small, like you know, in a small house, like rent house. However, it's quite walking distance of my school, so it's take few minutes to go to the to there. Tell me a little about it, how it's decorate. My rent home is not roomy. It have got much space to decorate some furniture or picture poster or something. On the other hand, in addition, I am a minimalist, and I want to have my room followed minimal way. So, it is painted with white color, so it's make the room bright and clean. And I try to make every step to be neat, tight, and orderly. Neat, time order. Fortunately, I and my roommate have the same. My roommate and I have the same opinion, so we don't have any arguments about how to decorate the room. For do you like about your house? Which part of your house do you like more, or which room is your favorite? Of course, it's my room. My room has got a study desk, a bed, a wardrobe, or something like this. Uh, for me, it's such as like comfort zone, and I cannot be disturbed or any irritate, especially when I open the window. I can see the small garden that my grandfather plants, some kind of flower or some trees. I feel and you know I can feel the fresh air. Whenever I open the window in front of my story desk, it's quite great. It helped me feel happy and let my head down. What do you dislike about your house? For me, it's nothing that I dislike about my house. It's hard for me to put it in words. And honestly, my house is decorated by mom, following the minimal styles. We don't use many picture or poster to decorate the house. My house is quite lightly and and at eight, and especially quite cozy. So whenever I at home, I always feel happy and really stressed. Are there many shop or other facility near place you live in? To be honest, as I mentioned before, I live in Halong City, Quảng and you know about Halong Bay. It is of one of the most severed natural wonder of the world, with beautiful beaches and islands. It's quite great, gorgeous city. So, um, and especially my house is located in the center of the city. So, it's the all their amenity is a quite walking distance of my house. So, it's quite great. Can I very easy and convenient to move to the shop or the uh, entertainment center. But however, the price is comparatively pricey. So especially seafood. So I think that's is like the thing that I dislike more about in my city. Seven. Is there any other kinds of house or accommodation you would like to try in the future? I think that now I don't have any comment about this. This idea because I have the plan that when I finish the university in Hanoi, and I will take 10 years in there to work, to study, to make money, or to do anything that I want, and then I want to have a living in my hometown is Halong City. I think that is quite great with a lot of my house is in the center of city, so it's quite easy to move to the amenity. And on the other hand, the food is quite great. I want to say that the seafood is have a lot of nutrients and scrumptious. Thinking about it make me feel more watering. And on the other hand, the local people are quite friendly and hospitable. They are quite willing to go out the way to show you around. So that's all the things that I want, and keep 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 my mind to always to towards my hometown. 8. Do you like to live in a house or flat in the future? And I mentioned that I don't have any comment about this, but in the future that I figure out some of the the, the interesting about the flat or an apartment. I will I would like to try. It's quite interesting. Do you like to move to a different home in the future? Uh, now I don't have any plan to move to the different home to move to a different home in the future. I think that my current house is quite perfect. I have no comment about this. It's quite near the center of the city, so it takes a few minutes when I want to move to the amenities or other facility. Mm, it have no traffic jam, and then I really love the fresh air in there. It makes me feel happy and full of energy. On the other hand, the food, seafood is quite delicious and nutritious. So I think that it is a good place for living. Part 3. One, how easy is to find a place to live in York City. I think it's all depend how much money you have in your wallet. If people have much money, they can easily to have a high quality house with great view in the center of city. I think that's all the amenities will be around your apartment. In contract, if you don't have much money, you can have like the rent house, but I mean the qualities is quite bad and not secure. So I get that people in Vietnam have at least 5 years to have own house without you know what I mean to say that uh, don't borrow the money from friends or families. What options are available to young couple looking for accommodation in your country? I think it's quite hard question for me because I'm not an expert in this field. So I don't have many idea to talk about this mm, mm, problem like young couple. The, the the option that's young couple looking for accommodation. I guess that's I cannot have. I cannot. I get that they cannot have like the house or an apartment with high quality as the first time because they are so young. It's beyond their budgets. I think that the first they can rent a house like the simple house, and they leave they, they leave to they leave for saving to have a big house in the future. So that's it. Do you think it's better to rent a house, to rent or to buy a house to live in? I have a thing for a house better than renting one. I think that it's quite spacious and comfortable. For me, I want to have a big bookshelf, like I have to. I mentioned that I'm a bookworm, so uh, I'm gravity towards toward reading whenever I have free time. And on the other hand, I want to have a projector with a large screen to watch movie. And then I feel like very very happy and really stressed. Do you agree that is there a right age for young people to stop living in their parents? In my opinion, whenever we're 18 years old, they should go away from the house like comfort John to pursue the goals of career. Then they can improve themselves and become mature and independent. When we're still young, I think that we need to concentrate more on enhance our understanding, like soft skills or our strength. And I see that if we are become more and more mature, uh, we can have the sense of nothing years. So they just want to go home, and therefore I get that when people have their retirement, they will come back to their hometown to have to afford living at hometown to live. What are some of the pleasure involved in making a home for ourselves? I think that's making our own home has much merit. People can do whatever they want about color to paint the house or think things for decorate or something. For me, I want to have a house is a small cozy house because I am a minimalist, so I wanted to my house needs to paint it with white color to make it became clean and point. And on the other hand, I want to have a room full of bookshelf because I have special liking for book, and I'm consider myself like bookworm. So I want to I have I often reading some kind of book whenever I have free time. And on the other hand, I want to have a projector with large screen to watch movie. And I think that's this quite great. And I want to uh, make it come true, make it come true in the future, and it's help me more to release stress and feel happy. Let my head down. Like, what are some of the housing problem that exists? I think that's a quite intriguing question, and yes, I'm not an expert in this field, so it's quite hard for me to put it in words. I get that in my countries, people often gravitate towards big city in search of career opportunity. Therefore, it make housing price in there become prices. and so most of the young cannot afford for an apartment or renting house. In addition, I think that's the fire projection system in some apartment in my country is not good, so it's put people at risk. So I think that's the government need to have like a great solution to resolve this problem.